What's going on to you, Aries? So you have the Eight of Swords, Three of Swords, the Hermit, Three of Cups, Six of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, the Magician, and the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so for you, Aries, right? You have the Eight of Swords, Three of Swords, and the Hermit, which speaks of how a lot of you Aries are still ruminating on the past. You know, you're still thinking about what the past, the past lessons taught you. Listen, Aries, you're in a very good position right now. As long as you learn the lesson of the past, but you don't spend too much of your time ruminating on it, you're good. Right? And what I mean when I say ruminating, I mean, look up the definition. It means to go over it in your mind, to analyze it, to go over it in your mind over and over and over and over again. That's what keeps the trauma bond going. That's what keeps the bond going between you and this other person, right? That's why it is that you'll have people who, you may get yourselves kind of in a romantic situation with them. You talking to them, and then it seems like they're constantly talking about their ex. What it is it doesn't necessarily mean that they like their ex. So many people have it wrong. What it means is that they're really in a situation where, they really want to understand why did things end between them and their ex. They want closure. And they're in a state of confusion because they don't know they don't know where the closure is, Aries. So the situation for you is that you, Aries, right now may be on that where you're ruminating or you're thinking about this particular person a lot. Now, what I suggest you, Aries, to do is to get over this, over self-analyzation or overthinking about it, is to essentially cut off all ties with the people that did you dirty, that did you wrong, right? Don't call them, get rid of their number, okay? And then the thing is that when you're ready to step into something new, a new cycle, where you actually get to know people with little baggage as possible, then you're able to do it. Because what I'm seeing here right now too is that as of right now, you have the Three of Cups and the Six of Swords. A lot of you Aries right now are just bringing in, or you're attracting some people right now that don't necessarily have to mean you any good. And obviously you Aries really want to watch out for that, because you don't want to be in a particular situation where, you attract people that just see you as a one night type of thing. So you Aries really want to watch out for how it is that you end up coming off to other people, and the best way for you to do that is to remember what it is that you're out hanging out for. If you're out here trying to, have one-nighters, all of that is cool, but you need to know what exactly you're outside for. Don't go outside trying to get to know people and then act like, go to the clubs or, social gatherings or hookah lounge or something like this, and you start having this mentality that, you're trying to go out there, trying to get to know people, but then at the same time, your actions don't necessarily say that. You want your words and your actions to match up. So the best way for you to be able to do that is for you to know, well, what exactly do you want? Do you want to enjoy yourself and don't have anything too seriously? Or anything too serious? Or do you want to find someone that is better suited for you? If you want that, then you got to understand that you're not going to meet them in clubs. By definition, people go to clubs and bars to link up for one night, because the loneliness is getting to them a little bit too much. Now, when it comes to, if you want to get to know somebody, you want to get to know people in real quiet places. Library, hookah lounge, poetry, jam. If you have any kind of favorite I should say a museum, art, an art lounge. Y'all know what I'm talking about. In New York City, there's plenty of art lounges. There's the MoMA, right, where it's like it's basically an art museum. Yeah, that's what it is. And all of that, right? So you want to find people in those types of places. All of these clubs and jumping spots and party places. A lot of people go there because it's fun, and it's a way to do away with their day-to-day lives, right? With what it is that they have got going on day to day. So if you Aries really want to find somebody that's short term, go to those parties. If you want to find somebody that's long term, like I said, library, museum, art exhibit, stuff, places like that. You know, your own favorite hole in the wall, restaurant, that's a nice little spot that's kind of upgrading and getting better, all of that type of stuff, and then you have the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles now, the Knight of Swords, and then you have the Queen of Swords. What am I doing? Queen of Swords now represents, so as a result, you really want to just make sure, is it, like I said, and I was getting ahead of myself because the cards basically spell it out. Are you getting into it for the partying, or do you want something more solid? That's ultimately up to you, Aries, to figure it out. The Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords now represent, so as a result, the Knight of Swords is, and check other people's intentions too. Pay attention to where exactly the destination of where you and them are going, right? Like, if this is heading towards a one-night thing, then it's a one-night thing. If this thing is heading towards, them getting to know you, then they're going to ask you questions. They're going to want to know your name. They're going to want to see what's going on, right? They're going to actually ask you invasive questions. People get so upset sometimes when people ask them questions like, oh, what's going on, and, trying to get in their business. And it's like, but yeah, this is how it is that people get to know you in the first place. Yeah. And, the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords just represents, you Aries may want to understand which one you're in it for, right? So then you have the Magician, and then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles is about so that way you don't end up confusing yourself, Aries, okay? So the Magician represents the responsibility that a lot of you Aries have, because whatever it is, as far as whether you bring home someone that is one night type of thing, or whether you get to know somebody, it's all up to you. You can, if a person, isn't getting to know you long term, where they want to actually get to know you, then you do not have to continue to talk to them. You can tell them no thank you. You can tell them that you're not here for that type of stuff. You can disengage from them, right? You do not have to take them home with you. You don't have to do that. And then the thing about it is that this is where you Aries have to understand. This is your next step, right, of evolution. You're supposed to make those type of tough decisions, because sometimes, one night type of thing is going to be very tempting, very enticing. But at the same time, you can't, that one night type of stuff really is only, like I said, it's temporary. Obviously, it's not going to be forever, considering the fact that it's for one night. But also, that mode of living your life is still not going to be forever, considering the fact that, it's pretty much a hard end to that. Where you do it so much to the point where, you do it so much, and then now it's like you realize that some of you may be stuck there, and you don't actually want to change, right? Sometimes, right? That's what happens with some people. But then you have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is about how, and don't let people try to make it seem like they're steering where the conversation is going, right? To where you just give up all, you know, free will yourselves, Aries, as to where the conversation is going. So overall, I'm seeing how a lot of you Aries you're continuing to meet other people, but as you Aries are having the problem with, you just need some help or some concentration when it comes to dialing in more of what it is that you want. If you do not want to be a one night type of thing, then don't go out for that. If you want something a little bit more serious, then go to spots where people are not necessarily trying to, you know, go to these parties, because that's what a bar is, basically. It's a party. That's why, you know, there's those beverages involved. Then you have like just, you know, all out, direct out parties, you know, parades, you know, the Puerto Rican Day Parade, you know, for me, even though I'm not Puerto Rican, shout outs to all my Puerto Ricans, but the Puerto Rican Day Parade for me in New York City, right? Go there. It's a lot of people, right? Talk to them, of course, right? I've been there, and you know, because my friends was Puerto Rican, and went there, hung out. It was a lot of fun. Made me nervous at first, but it was a lot of fun. A lot of potential, a lot of people that I could have talked to, and just know what type of time it is, though. Understand that, you know, what it is that you're going there for. I'm not going to go to the Puerto Rican Day Parade and necessarily look for a person to be serious, right? But then again, too, also keep your options open, because you never know. But just don't keep them so open to the point where you being stupid about this. Know what time it is. You understand what I'm saying? Use your common sense. So let's clarify some of these cards too. All right, so let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Three of Swords, actually. You Aries got the Four of Swords, the Magician, Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords, right? So to clarify the Three of Swords. All right, so the Four of Swords and the Magician, and you have the Magician, you know, after, or I should say already in this video too, for the original board. So the Four of Swords, excuse me, and the Magician for you Aries is about how a lot of you, okay, because the past can end up ruining your future. The Four of Swords, the past can end up ruining it, because you may talk to somebody and then they talking, you talking to them, and then you just keep mentioning your ex, or maybe you're not mentioning them, but you comparing them to your ex. And it's like, you got to understand that. You got to look at it like you shouldn't be thinking about that type of stuff. Like I said, learn the lesson, but don't get so caught up with, you know, the trauma of it all, what the person done did, to the point where you start seeing that, or you start trying to be over precautious. This is still a risk. Getting to know people is still risky regardless. And that's never going to change. It is what it is. The Magician now, okay, the Magician, because I'm being fair about this. The Magician now represents, but understand though that you do have power, because the Magician is a powerful individual that can reform the universe. The Magician is a reality manipulator, basically. You know, manipulates the reality, changes or alters something in the reality. So the thing about it is that the Three of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords now represent, so as a result, you know, just make sure that you already have the Three of Pentacles as well. So there you go. The Three of Pentacles, just remember if you want something serious or if you don't. So this is very appropriate, because the Magician and the Three of Pentacles is basically saying that the responsibility is on you. If you know you want something more serious and more profound, heavy, then you want to make sure that you do not let people just rush you into interactions where it's super fast, where they're starting off very fast and they're going fast. You want to make sure that they slow down, because when people are out here living a little bit too fast, you know where living fast is going to get you, as far as what's going to happen by the end of the night. So, and then you have the Ace of Swords. Make sure to ask these people questions. Make sure that they're even asking you questions, trying to find out what's going on with you. They want to know. They want to know what's up with you. They trying to ask you questions. They want to know all this type of stuff, right? And make sure that it's a give and take. If you're asking them questions, they don't ever ask you questions. It just seems like they're trying to hurry up. Then that lets you know that these people are fly by night kind of people anyway. So this is just something that you really want to watch out for, Oh, and also too, what I'm seeing here with the Queen of Swords is also you want to make sure, just in case, because to ask these people questions, that is if you Aries are trying to get to know these people, long term, because one indication that of you and a person isn't going to really be compatible in the long term is this Queen of Swords. You want to pay attention to see if there's any kind of frustration on their face. Like if you're in a situation where you're talking to them and you're asking them questions and they're not asking you anything, or they may be asking you something, but they're trying to speed up the interaction between the two of you, go fast, as a lot of people call it, and then you slow them down and they're getting frustrated. That's how you know, oh, this person is looking for something short term. So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Trying to make my YouTube channel go to 10,000 subscribers. Right now, we have 7,260 some odd subscribers. Thank y'all so much. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, and set the notification bell to all so you Aries can get this video whenever I decide to drop it.